Hi everyone, welcome back to the GCSE Maths series. Today we're going to be taking a look at averages from a frequency table. So let's get straight into it. So, what is a frequency table? A frequency table summarizes data by showing how often each event or value occurs. It can be discrete or group values. Discrete meaning only one, and group values meaning a range of values. So, the first example is how many siblings do people have in the pub? This could be done from a survey or whatever. So if you look, 3 people have 0, 5 people have 1 sibling, etc., etc. Another example could be yearly income. So let's say, for example, 32 people have an income between 40,000 and 60,000. Now, if we were asked to work out averages such as mean, mode, and median, I'm going to teach you guys today how we would do this. So let's look at averages from a frequency table discrete, and this is our earlier example. So the way we work out our averages, and this is going to be our mean. This is going to be our mean. We first do, we call this x, and our frequency is f, and we do f times x, which is also known as f of x, like this. And when we do this, we can get our f of x column. So 0 times by 3 is equal to 0. 1 times by 5 is equal to 5. 2 times by 7 is equal to 14. 3 times by 2 is equal to 6. And 4 times by 1 is equal to 4. Hence, we can now create totals. So 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 14 is 24. The total of f of x is 29. And the total frequency here is 3 plus 5, which is 8, plus 7 is 15, 17, 18. So now we have our total frequency and our total f of x. What we do to work out our mean, we do sum of f of x over sum of frequency. So we do 29 divided by 18, and we get our mean to be 1.61. So the mean number of siblings is 1.6. Okay, moving on to group data, where there's an additional step. So when we have averages from a frequency table which are grouped, what we do first is we draw an extra column outlining the midpoint, and the midpoint is the middle between 0 and 20,000 and 20,000, 20,000 and 40,000, and the formula for midpoint is a plus b over 2. When a is this, a is less than equal to x, and b is less than equal to x. B is greater than equal to x. So the midpoint is, you add them up together, 0 plus 20,000, for example, which is 20,000, and divide by 2, get you 10,000, which is the midpoint of our group. Okay, then what we do is we times the midpoint by the frequency and get, so 100,000 is here, 21 times by 30,000 is equal to 630,000, and 32 times by 50,000 is equal to 1.6 million. Then we do 18 times by 70,000 and get 1.26 million. Then 7 times by 90,000 gives us 630,000. Then we create our totals again, and we look to our frequency once again. So 10 plus 21 plus 32 plus 18 plus 7 gives us 88. Then looking here at our f of x, we get 100,000 plus 630,000 plus 1,600 plus 630. We get 4.22 million. Then we conduct our mean equals sum of f of x over our sum of frequency. And the only difference in this one is that we took the midpoint because our data was grouped. So 4.220 million divided by 88 is equal to 47,954.55. This is the mean salary of the contestants. Okay, moving on to finding mode and median. So this table shows the number of goals scored by a football team in each match. The amount of teams that scored 0 is 2. The amount of teams that scored 1 is 5. The amount of teams that scored 2 is 8, and so on. What is the mode number of goals scored? So mode, by definition, means most common. Which one appears the most? So what is the mode number of goals scored? So when we're talking about goals scored, we're talking about which amount of goals, because it's the mode of goals scored, which number of goals was scored the most by the most teams. So which number of goals was scored the most by teams? And the way we do this, we go to frequency, and we see that 8 teams scored 2 goals. Hence, the mode is equal to 2. Because 2 is the number of goals which the most teams scored out of all of the teams in the survey. Okay, moving on to median. Median means the number in the middle of the set. And obviously, in this case, the data is grouped, so it's going to be hard to find the median. So the first thing we do is we find so we first add up all of these frequencies and get 4 plus 7 plus 13 plus 10 plus 6 and get 40. Okay, now that we have our total frequency, which we worked that out to be 40, we now need to do a new column called the cumulative frequency. And accumulate is to constantly add, right? So a cumulative frequency is to add on each successive set onto the frequency. So I'll explain it when I go through it. So 4 plus 7 is equal to 11, because we add 7 to this. Then we add 13 to here, and we get our 24, plus our 10, we get 34, plus our 6, we get 40. And this is our cumulative frequency, or cumulative frequency. So to work out the median, we have to use this formula, m equals L plus n over 2 minus c over f times h, where L is the lower bound of the median class, f is the frequency of the median class, h is the width of the median class. Sorry about that, what's going on here? Then c is the cumulative frequency of the previous set, or class is probably a better word. So first we have to work out which class is our median class, and the way we do this is we look at our total frequency and use the formula n over 2, which in this case is going to be our 40 over 2, which is because n is our total frequency, right? And we want to work out the 20th value. So this is why we had done our cumulative frequency, because now we can exactly see in which class does our 20th value fall. So you can see that the first 4 values occupy our 0 to 10. 11 shows that between 20 and 0, so these two classes combined, we had 11 frequencies. So now, building on this knowledge, we know that the 20th value must fall in between 11 and 24. So 20th value is somewhere in here, right? Which means that the median class falls into here. So median class is equal to 20 to 30. Now we have this, we can work out our median of the set. So median equals to L, the lower bound of our median class, which is 20 from here. Then we add n over 2, so 40 over 2, minus our c, which is the cumulative frequency of the previous one, which is going to be 11, times by our h, which is going to be the width of c, which is 13, all divided by the frequency of our class, and our frequency is here, 13. So plugging this into our calculator, we get let me just do this. We get 29. We get 29. Oh, sorry, no, I've made a mistake. So this is a silly mistake I've made. So the width of C is using the upper bound minus our lower bound, we obtain our width. So we have to times by 10 here. So let me just put that back into the calculator. Plus 20, and we get 26.9 is our median time. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.